Bakau, Jufureh, Serekunda, Brikama, Banjul. These are some of the places that you'll find in the Gambia, West Africa.
It's the land of smiling faces, and it's one of the greatest nations. It's the Gambia,
West Africa.
All the things you see there makes you want to be there in the Gambia.
In the Gambia.
Well, talking about the Gambia. Lift your hands up in the Gambia. The smiling coast of Africa.
Wow.
President Yahya Jammeh, the man they say gets things done in the Gambia.
West Africa.
The land.
One of the best tourist destinations anywhere on the planet is the Gambia. It's called the Smiling Coast of Africa, and it's one of the most beautiful jewels in the whole continent of Africa. It is referred to as the Smiling Coast because of its geometric shape. For when you look at the Gambia on the map, it appears as a smile looking right back at you. The nature, the culture, and the people all make for a wonderful Gambian experience, one you'll never forget long after you've left its peaceful shores. The Swedish discovered the Gambia as a tourist destination purely by accident in 1965. A small group of tourists from that country was on its way to a jungle resort in southern Senegal when their plane mistakenly landed at Yundum Airport in the Gambia. It was after the door of his small aircraft opened that Bertil Harding, the tour operator, realized his mistake but decided to stay anyway. To his surprise, what he had discovered turned into a new tourist destination. For the next 20 years, the Gambia became the most popular destination for Scandinavians, and his travel company, Vingresser, brought hundreds of thousands of tourists from there to this gem. Today, a main road leading to the Gambia's tourism development area is named after him. Despite its little size on the map, the Gambia is a country with big things, and culture is the foremost thing that binds Gambians together as one strong community. Each ethnic group found in the Gambia can also be identified by its culture. An example of these rich cultures are the griots, or Jelis, who are professional historians, praise singers, and musical entertainers, and are among the Mandinkas and Manding people. Major ethnic groups include the Fula, Jola, Mandinka, Sarahule, and Wolof. There is no part of the Gambia that is inhabited by one single ethnic group. The Mandinkas maintain a remarkably unified culture, relying on their griots to remind them of their glorious place in history.
The name Gambia have so many versions. The first name was Gamra, and then, according to history, as time goes on, because so many Europeans visited the Gambia, first the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, the Portuguese, and the British. They were the last European to visit the Gambia. They colonized the Gambia. They inherited Gambia from the Portuguese. There are still certain buildings in the Gambia, especially Banjul, that were built by the Portuguese. For instance, the Secretariat, the Quadrangle, is not far from State House, where the president is. The first name was Gamra, then Gambia. The first capital was Fort James Island. It's not far from Albreda. It used to be the first capital. At that time, there was nothing in Banjul, the present capital. Banjul, before independence, it was Bathurst. It was named after Lord Bathurst.
Each ethnic group speaks its own language, but English is commonly spoken, as well as being the official language. It is also common for someone to speak between 2 to 4 of the local language. The most striking feature of the Gambia national culture is its ethnic diversity, with all of the ethnic groups making significant contributions to the country's social and economic history. This is what Gambians call the Gambian identity, bringing a common understanding and purpose and taking precedence over ethnic allegiances. The Gambian people and the River Gambia. Named after the River Gambia, which flows through its length from east to west for 300 miles. The Gambia is Africa's smallest country. It has a population of about 1.5 million people within a narrow belt extending from both sides of the River Gambia. The population is predominantly Muslim, with Christians of different denominations, including Anglicans, Methodists, and Roman Catholics. Friday is one of the holiest days on the Muslim calendar, and Muslims can be seen gathered in rows facing the east to observe the Friday noon prayers. There is, however, no fanaticism, and great understanding prevails between the religious and the ethnic groups, which is one of the reasons why the Gambia is one of the greatest places to live, with people from various faiths living together in harmony and celebrating each other's religious holidays. The Gambia meshes deeply with natural African customs, cultural motifs, and traditions. Known for its hospitality and being one of the most stable countries in Africa, the Gambia is home for a large immigrant community and refugees, mainly from various West African countries, India and Lebanon. In the past, the river's fame lay in the fact that, for sailing vessels, it was navigable at least as far as the country's eastern boundary. It is one of the finest waterways in West Africa. More recently, it has become the target for government development plans, including an extension to the port of Banjul, fisheries development, hydrological surveys, and a rice development project. In addition to ferries, ships, and cutters loaded with groundnuts, the country's main export crop can be seen plying up and down the river, and dugout canoes used by fishermen are also a common sight. Their existence, however, does not diminish the scene of tranquil beauty of the great river flowing majestically westward into the Atlantic Ocean. Favorite tourist destinations in the Gambia. Though the country is one of the smallest countries in Africa, it has a lot to offer and many interesting places to visit. Banjul, the capital city of the Gambia, is an island on the tip of a peninsula at the mouth of the River Gambia. The center of town is the July 22nd Square, formerly McCarthy Square, a public park, with Albert Market to the east and the deep water port with its wharves and jetties to the south. The nearby towns of Bakau, Fajara, and Serekunda are rapidly expanding. Only a few hotels are located in Banjul. The majority of hotels are located in Bakau and Fajara, alongside the Atlantic Ocean, with the world's most beautiful sandy beaches. Visitors won't want to miss Albert Market with its colors, music, fabrics, and crafts. Popular souvenirs include batik, gold and silver filigree jewelry, wood carvings, and leather goods. Tailors can quickly make clothes to order on the spot at bargain prices. The National Museum of Gambia on Independence Drive houses wooden carvings, old maps, and photos of the country. Arch 22, the city gate commemorating the Second Republic of the Gambia, has a museum, cafe, and great views of the area from the top. Day cruises through the mangrove creeks around Banjul are a popular excursion, with birds and monkeys spotted regularly along the tour.
Yeah, we are happy to see this. We want everybody to know Gambia, and it's a peaceful country. Gambia is a very nice country, and the people are lovely. They need everybody to come over. Everybody is quite welcome to Gambia. Hence you come, you will also be like us, because we show you how we live. We show you the tradition, the moral, and the culture. You know. So we welcome everybody. All nationalities are welcome, especially the American people.
Escaping the city,